Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. Yes, another TSR, the server room. Uh Unexpected live stream, and it's a special one. I'm going to give it a few more minutes. Let's give it a minute or so. I'm checking out the channel. It's saying receiving your content. It's green, it's starting. The stream is healthy. I just want to see the timer go up, and then we can start. Awesome. All right. So, yes, we're back. The timer's going on. It's already 27 seconds in. And this live stream, like I said before, is unexpected. It's not something that I plan. It took me a while because I was testing out the audio, making sure everything was working correctly before I go live with you guys. I was testing out what I'm going to be doing with you guys as well, and it was giving me a lot of problems. I had to modify my notes for you guys because at the end of the video I want to give you some good notes so you can follow, and hopefully it works out for you. So yeah, if you see the title of the live stream, it says Linux to go USB drive. It's the Xtra-PC replacement edition. And if you guys don't know what the hell I'm talking about, do you remember this video right here? This guy right here that I did an honest review. Got a lot of good views, couple down, 70, a lot of thumbs up. But it was June 5th, 2018. That was a long time ago. And throughout the video, within the video, I told you guys I was going to do a follow-up. I was going to show you guys how to create this device that costs an arm and a leg, $80 for a regular SanDisk flash drive. This company basically installed Linux inside this flash drive, and the flash drive, you could get it under, $20 or even cheaper depending on where you get it from. And all they did was put a nice little sticker of their logo over the SanDisk, and they're selling it for $80, right? Just to boot inside an operating system. Now, it basically says that it takes old machines and, they bring it to life. Now, you got to understand now, all old machines are capable to boot inside a flash drive. And when you're using a flash drive with an operating system, it's not really fast. Okay, the flash drive is utilizing the CPU and the memory, but the read and write speed is still the flash drive. You're still using a 2.0 bus speed or 3.0 bus speed for your reading and writing for the operating system. That's really slow. It's not something that you could, I don't recommend running a full-blown operating system on a flash drive. That's like a big no-no, right? So today I'm going to redeem myself because a lot of you guys have commented like, what the hell, Bernardo, what's going on? It's already been almost a year, June 5th, 2018. You didn't follow up. You didn't show us how to do it. So today I'm going to show you guys how to do it. I'm going to show you guys how to do it live. So the reason why it took me so long to do this is because, one, I'm a one-man show. I'm a single father. I got a 9-to-5 job. And every time I wanted to take care of this, other stuff got piled on, my son with track, my son with school, me with job, me working, and a bunch of products were coming into the lab, and I had to take care of those first. And every time I took care of this, I had to stop and had to do something else. So I finally had some time when I went down to Miami, Florida for my 9-to-5 job conference, and I needed to figure out a way to show you guys that it was easy, but every time that I did it, it was just too hard, too difficult. So I finally found a way. I took some notes, which I'm going to share with you guys at the end of the live stream, and hopefully you guys will enjoy. Now, there's two ways to do this. One is the easy way, and the easy way is if you already have a laptop with a Linux operating system, you basically could get a flash drive, any type of flash drive, stick it in, and follow the steps, and then you're done. If you do not have a laptop or a desktop or whatever, a device with a Linux operating system already installed, I'm going to show you guys how to install the live CD with a flash drive, and then the second flash drive would be the one that we're going to install the operating system. So for today, I'm going to show you the second step, okay? And I have two flash drives. This flash drive right here is the Kingston 16 gigs. Doesn't really matter the size. The bigger, the better. And this guy right here is the same thing as this guy. Remember this guy right here? So I'm going to take it out the little box, or the bag, not the box. So it's the same one. This is the same thing. So this is the Xtra-PC Pro 64 gigs. And I got this one. It's the same model, same everything. The only difference is that these guys actually put a sticker. I'm going to take the sticker off. I'm going to peel it off. See? It even tells you Cruiser Glide. So all they did was put a sticker in. Custom, took a Linux distro, customized it with their fancy logo and everything, stripped it away, installed a couple of free software, and made this guy as a bootable flash drive, and selling it for 80 bucks. So this guy right here is a 16 gig Cruiser Glide, which is the same model as the Xtra-PC one, right? 16 gigs, I got this for $3.22 at Micro Center. That's extremely cheap, right? So this is the one that we are going to install my favorite Linux operating system, which is my first operating system in the Linux world that I started using, and that's Ubuntu. Okay, so we are going to do the following. I have a bunch of notes. I'm going to show you guys real quick. Okay, so this is what I'm going to provide for you guys. I already downloaded the operating system that I want, and I'm using, I think it's called Xtra or whatever. I don't know how to pronounce that. So I'm using this to actually create the flash drive, a bootable flash drive, so we can boot into it. I always use Rufus, but this is a new one that someone introduced me, and I kind of like it. It's pretty cool. It's pretty seamless. So this is the one that I'm going to be using. I did use Rufus, but for some reason I did have a couple of issues with Rufus, but this one worked a little better. And the link, I'm going to provide it for you guys, so do not worry about that, okay? Let's see something. I think, do I have my Zoom stuff enabled? There you go. Cool. There we go. Yeah. I want to zoom in for you guys. So all this links, I'm going to give it to you. Now, the reason why I have the 16.04, because I was playing around with older versions with Ubuntu, but 18.04 works with no problem. And these are all the commands that we need to run for it to work correctly. Okay, so we are going to get started. And the first thing that we need to do is we're going to plug in this flash drive. This flash drive right here, this is what we're going to plug in. Okay, so I'm going to plug it into my main machine. Awesome. Automatically came up. And I already have stuff in it because, again, I was testing stuff out. So I'm going to close this up, and I'm going to minimize this. I'm going to minimize this. And inside the folder, you can actually install it, install it on the machine, or it has a portable version. I like the portable one because it's pretty seamless. So let's double click on that to launch it. So once it launches, it has this nice little graphical user interface. And the first step that you need to do is select your image, your ISO. Second step is to select the location of where you want to install the ISO into. So select your image, is the first one. And I want to do 18.04.1. So we're going to hit open. We're going to select the drive. Now I have two external hard drives. I definitely don't want this one right here. I want the one that we inserted, which was the Kingston data driver, 16 gigs. We're going to hit continue, and we're going to click on flash. and you're going to get the user account control. We're going to click on yes on that, and it's going to start flashing and installing this ISO into that flash drive. Now, a lot of YouTube videos out there are showing you. Actually, I wasn't even showing you guys. I apologize for that. So let me cancel this. Let me cancel that. Yeah. So okay. So it comes with a portable version. I am so sorry. I wasn't paying attention. So this is the guy that I'm using right now. I already have it pre-downloaded. There's two ways to do it. You can actually install it locally inside your C drive, or you can have the portable version. Now the portable version is the one I like. Once you double click on it, it gives you three options. One, to select your image, right? So I'm gonna cancel this guy so so you guys can see it. So let's double click on it, and once it launches, you're gonna have three options, three steps. So let's give it some time for it to load up. I'm so sorry. I thought you guys were seeing that, and you guys weren't seeing that at all. You probably are yelling at the chat section. So, okay, you get the nice little graphical user interface. You're going to select your image. We're going to be using 18.04.1 for Ubuntu. You're going to click open, and we're going to select the drive. We're gonna, again, like I said before, I have two external hard drives. I definitely don't want to do this one. I want to use the Kingston data traveler, the one that I showed you guys that I plugged in. I'm going to hit continue, and we're going to flash it. I'm going to get that user account control, like I said before. Click yes, and it's going to start doing its thing. Now, like I was going to say, a lot of YouTube videos are showing you guys how to create a Linux USB flash drive that you could just plug in, boot to it. But the problem is that the majority of a lot of these Linux distros allow you to do a live CD boot. What that means is when you flash or when you install an ISO within a flash drive, when you make that flash drive bootable within a Linux operating system, there's an option to try it out. That's a live CD. You're able to try out the operating system before installing it. That's not really a Linux to go USB. It is a Linux to go USB, but what happens if I want to save stuff? When you shut down that live CD, you lose everything. All that stuff is flushed out. So that's not what I'm going to show you guys at all. For real, technically this is what I'm doing right now. We're creating a live CD because I don't have a laptop that has a Linux operating system. So we need to get inside a Linux operating system so we could actually install Linux into this machine. So when we boot into it, we're able to save to it, and then we could take it to another machine, boot into it, and our files are still there. Okay? For this to work, it looks like it only works within the Linux world. Gotta love Linux, I'm telling you. All right, so my machine that I'm going to be using, I'm going to show you guys right now, and there it goes. So I'm using the Dell Latitude E6420. Now the E6420 already has Windows 7, and it has a hard drive. I'm actually going to take the hard drive out. This is a hard drive, so it has no hard drive. I'm going to boot this guy up. And again, it doesn't have a hard drive. I don't want you guys to think, okay, you took the hard drive, but it probably has like a secondary, like M.2 or a solid state drive. No, it doesn't. Right now, it's trying to pixie boot. And once the pixie boot fails, shit. So pardon my French. It's gonna definitely pixie boot because it's picking up my my pixie boot environment, but it's not gonna go through because it says no boot device found. Press any key to reboot the machine. So the hard drive, there's no secondary hard drive inside this. So I'm gonna actually take this hard drive and put it to the side because I want to show you guys that I'm not playing any games. There's no tricks on this. So I'm actually gonna press the power button on it so I can shut it down. And we're gonna go back and I'll show you it's on 41%, 42%. Once this is done, we're going to plug it into our E6420, and we're going to boot into it. And when we boot into it, we're going to get inside the Ubuntu Live CD version. And once that's done, I'm going to show you guys the rest of the stuff. So I'm going to disappear for a bit. I'm not going anywhere. And I'll catch you guys once this is done. All right, so it looks like it's done. Awesome. So we're gonna close it up, and I'm gonna remove it from the machine. It goes nice and fresh, and I'm gonna switch it over to this. So here goes the flash drive. I'm gonna plug it in. Okay. Again, there's no hard drive at all. The hard drive is like right here. I removed it. I'm going to press the power button. I'm going to press F2 on the Dell Latitude E6420. F12. I said F2, right? F1 or F2 to get into BIOS, and just make sure that you're able to boot inside the USB storage. And I'm going to hit enter. And right now it's booting from the flash drive. And when it boots inside the flash drive, especially for Ubuntu, you're going to have two options. You're going to have try Ubuntu or install Ubuntu. And the one that we want to try it out. Try it out is a live version, fully functional, an operating system that allows you to just play around with all the software, do terminal stuff. And then when you're done, you're able to shut it down. Or if you want, you could actually install a little icon on the desktop to install it within the machine. And right now it's still loading up. Awesome. So like I said, you got try Ubuntu or install Ubuntu. Now the one that we want to do is try. We don't want to install it. And what's going to happen is going to take you directly to a desktop, a full version of it. You're able to do whatever you need to do on this machine, but when you shut it down, all that stuff disappears. Now that's not what we want on this little guy right here. Okay. Boom. So you see in the desktop right here, it says install Ubuntu. I'm gonna play around with the settings because I want to actually show you what's going to be happening on the desktop. Okay. So I'm changing up the power saving settings on the machine. You don't really need to do this, but I'm doing this so it won't shut off on me when I'm showing you guys what I'm doing. And then I'm going to go to display, and I'm going to do a mirror. I'm going to apply. And you're probably saying to yourself, why are you doing this? Should I be doing this? You don't really need to do that at all. You don't need to do this at all. The only reason that I'm doing this is because then I could do this for you guys, and then you're able to see everything on the desktop. How cool is that, right? So first thing that we need to do is we need to launch a browser with, depending on what Linux distro you're using for Ubuntu, it comes with Firefox already installed. Like I said, on the desktop right here, I'll show you guys real quick. On the desktop right here, it gives you an option to install whatever operating system. This is not what we want. So let's open up Firefox again. And what we need to do is download your favorite Linux operating system. My favorite one is Ubuntu. So I'm going to do a search for Ubuntu download. And like always, make sure that it's pointing to the correct website. Is not pointing to a kind of fishy website. It always points to the, if you're downloading Ubuntu or Linux Mint, make sure it's pointing to the correct domain rather than a third-party website. And we're gonna download it. So when you download it, okay, you're downloading it within a live CD environment. So that means if I shut down this machine, I'm gonna lose this ISO. So that's not what we want. We're not gonna shut it down. We do need to download it because when we start configuring this guy right here, when we start configuring this guy, we're going to take that ISO and we're going to tell that ISO, look, I want you to install on this, but I don't want you to install in like a live CD. I want you to actually install the operating system within this USB so I could take it anywhere, boot into it, save my files, and my files are still there. We're going to test all that stuff out. Oh, awesome. So let's go back into here. Go back into this. Awesome. And it's downloading. It's about 1.8 gigs. And what are you doing? All right, so that's gonna take time. It's like basically looking at, paint drying the wall. I don't know why the numbers are going up so high. Yowza. Let me see. I could probably cancel it and then retry again. Give me 1 sec. Much better. See, those numbers are looking better. Numbers are looking much better because I wasn't going to have this damn live stream running 4 hours just waiting for a damn thing to download. That's nuts. That's crazy right there. But canceling it and restarting the download looks like it did the trick, which huge plus. So let's wait until that's done, and then we can continue. Now, the next step that we're going to do is we're going to, we're going to plug in our flash drive. And once we plug in our flash drive, we're going to do the rest of the steps. Okay? And the rest of the step is mostly terminal commands. Again, I tried my hardest to simplify this in a way that you guys can understand. The other way that I was trying to do it was so freaking complicated, and it took so long. This process right here is pretty seamless because once you install this utility within the Linux operating system, the rest is pretty easy. So, okay, our ISO, it's already installed. Awesome. So let's close that up. Don't need that. I'm going to close up the Firefox real quick. And we're going to close that tab. Awesome. Cool. Awesome. No. I don't want that. No. It's not what I want. I don't want to install it. Get out of here. Quit that. Yes. I wanted to go here, files, and download. What happened to my thing? Wait, that's weird. Oh, that's really weird. Should have been in there. All right, let's see if we could re-download it again. I don't know what happened. Let me see if we could do it one more time. I think I had the option to open the file rather than save the file. All right, so, okay. Let's see if it goes a little faster. All right, it's going a little faster. Cool. I made a mistake to open up the file once it was downloaded rather than saving the file. We need to save the file. So once it's saved, then we can continue. Let's go to Files and go to Downloads. And yep, there it goes. That's what we want. Awesome. See where we at. Give it a few more minutes. Awesome. And then we can continue. Beautiful. All right. Come on. Few more. Come on. It's like, come on. It's almost there. A few more. 0.5. 0.4. Seriously. This is one of those moments in the IT world, you just go get a cup of coffee, and then by the time you come back, it should be done. 0.2 left to go. Like, you are able to download it on another flash drive, stick in that flash drive on the machine, then drag it and drop into the desktop or the downloads folder, as long as you have this file in there. So right now, if I click on here, the file is there. Great. So let's continue. I'm going to close that up. So the next thing that we need to do, I'm going to click on activities, and we're going to open up a terminal command. Awesome. Terminal command. Now, I have a cheat sheet, and don't worry, I will provide a cheat sheet for you guys. This is a cheat sheet that I'm talking about. I will provide all this stuff for you. Again, all this right here, if you're using Ubuntu 18.04 like I am using, these are all the commands that you need to do. I haven't tried it on other operating systems, but Ubuntu is the one that I've used it the most. Okay. So if you guys do use it on something else and you might have to modify the commandlets, please leave what you changed at the bottom and tell us what operating system you've used, because the more that we build, the better, right? All right, so let's switch it and let's start typing. Okay, so I'm going to be a little silent because I'm going to be typing. All right, I don't want to be rude. Okay, let's go. And before we even start typing, let's insert our little flash drive into our machine real quick. So I'm going to insert it. I'm going to show you guys real quick. Flash drive is right here. I'm going to insert it. Awesome. Now for me, because I already tested this stuff out, I already had the operating system already installed, and the partitions already, all that stuff was already created. But, when we start the process, it's going to reformat it and clean it up for us. Okay, so let's start. So the first command is the following. Okay, and again, I will provide all the notes, so you don't have to freak out. And what notes I'm talking about? These. This is what I'm looking at right now and just typing it. All right. And we're gonna do we're gonna go and add the repository of MKUSB. MKUSB is actually the utility that we're going to be using to create our bootable flash drive. Okay. All right, once that's done, we're going to do the following command to update. Once the update command is done, now we're going to install the MKUSB utility. And then we're going to hit yes on that, and it's going to start installing. Awesome. Now on the notes, right here on the notes, I actually gave you guys a couple of things. Now MKUSB with the parameter of -v, V as in Victor, gives you a rundown of the version that it's installed on your Linux operating system, on your Linux machine, on your Linux live CD. So many ways to say it. So I'm going to show you guys right now. So if I do an MKUSB with a -v, should give you a bunch of numbers and version numbers of what's installed. This is a good sign because that means it's actually installed correctly. Now on my notes, I show you guys to do a sudo -H MKUSB. You don't really need to do this at all. All you could do is just run MKUSB, and that will start the utility. Okay, so that's what we're going to do right now. I just cleared it. All right, you don't really need to do the clear, but I just want to like clear a little bit so you guys can see what's going on. And then you get this nice little terminal interface. And on my notes, I tell you guys to hit E as in Edward. And it's going to launch this right here. And it's going to just read it. We're going to press OK. And the first thing we need to do is S as in Sam. We need to pick our ISO. And we're going to navigate to our downloads folder, which is this guy right here. Awesome. The next step we want to do is hit I for install. And before you even hit I, you see this little guy right here. I think L live only selected. This is not what you want. You want to toggle to this persistent live. So let's double click on that. And it's going to change it to persistent live. That's what you want. You don't want live only. Live only is what we're using right now. That's what we, actually created at the very beginning of the live stream. We don't want that, because you got to understand, whatever is saved on the desktop on this Kingston flash drive, when I remove it and I boot back into it, all that stuff is lost. We don't want that. So next thing we need to do is click on I for Igloo, because we need to install it. Double click on it. And then you get a nice little, little run through. We need to select our target device. It automatically sees both flash drives. It sees our Kingston, whatever, I don't know how to, I'm so tired. It's already 2 o'clock in the morning. And then you have our SanDisk. SanDisk is the one that we need to pick. So we are going to select target device. And the one that we need to pick, make sure you pick the right one, right? So we are going to pick our SanDisk. So we're going to double click on it. And we're going to check this off, because we definitely want to, we're ready to go. And we're going to hit go. Now, if you switch the modes, like I showed you guys, you should get this. This is a good thing. We need to pick our format. So definitely a GPT, because that's the majority of Windows operating systems. A lot of these PCs nowadays come with Windows operating systems, so GPT should automatically work for you. You're going to get this here, and you're going to press OK. It's going to say the boot system for Unify must be fetched from the ISO file. So definitely hit OK, and it's going to start doing its thing. Now, again, this is like watching paint dry, but we need to set our persistent live storage disk. Now, this storage disk is what is going to allow us to save stuff within our environment. And when we shut down, it's not going to disappear. It's going to stay there. This is what makes the live go USB flash drive in Linux awesome. Okay. Now, I got 16 gigs, so you don't want to use a lot, because you still got the operating system that you need, storage to read and write. It's a flash drive. You're not going to really get a lot of speed out of it. So we're going to give it, I'm only going to give it 40%. But if you have like a 64 gig flash drive, I would say like give it 50%, or give it a little bit like 55. The bigger the percentage for your persistent live storage, the longer it's going to take. So I'm going to do 40% for now. And I'm going to do OK. And if you paid attention, when I inserted my SanDisk, I had a lot of hard drives pop up. They disappeared because it was completely wiped clean. It was reformatted when we did the install. So we're going to press OK. And it's going to start doing its thing. Right? Awesome. And it's going to start partitioning. It's going to create our persistent, I think that's how you say it, live storage. I'm so tired right now. And then once that's completed, we could shut down our laptop, our Latitude E6420. Again, it doesn't have to be a Latitude 6420. I'm just telling you guys that I have a very old ass laptop. This is extremely old laptop. Eesh, this thing is slow too, especially with Windows 10. It's just horrible. So we're going to shut it down. We're going to remove our first flash drive, which was the Kingston. Yeah, I think that's how you say it. And then we are going to take our SanDisk, and we're going to boot into our SanDisk into this awesome world of Linux. And then we're going to create a folder, and we're going to create some files, and then we're going to shut down. We're going to remove the flash drive, plug the flash drive back in. We're going to boot again and see if those files are still there. All right, so right now I'm still copying files, and I'm going to disappear for a bit, and let you guys just watch paint dry. Okay, so we are done. Awesome. Cool. So we are going to press OK or click OK, and then we are going to exit out. Awesome. And we are going to exit out of this. And I'm going to shut down. Cool. So I'm going to power it off. Power it off. You guys are going to lose display. And I'm going to switch over real quick. And switch it real quick. I'm going to press the power button. Awesome. Taking this guy out, right? We're going to put it to the side over here so you guys can see, right? It's over here. No tricks or anything. Here goes our SanDisk that we just installed the operating system. I'm going to plug it in here. I'm going to press the power button real quick. I'm going to press F12 like a man. F12. F12. Awesome. Great. I want to pick USB storage device, hit enter, and automatically I know it's going to work because I have run Ubuntu with persistent live. That automatically tells you, bam. So we're going to hit enter on that. And one of the cool thing is that when you log in, I don't think you're going to see install Ubuntu, a little icon on the desktop. You are going to see like multiple mounts, and all those mounts is your file system, and one is your storage device and all that good stuff. So once it boots up, we are going to create a folder, right? I'm going to create a folder, drop a couple of things in there, and we're going to shut it down. We're going to remove the flash drive, put the flash drive back in. We're going to boot into the flash drive, and we're going to see if that folder that we created together is still there. Yeah. All right, so let me see if you guys are able to view what I see real quick, because I know I have like a camera shot, but I know the camera shot is not so great. So let me switch over, okay, and let me just switch over into mirror mode. All right, it's just taking its sweet time. There it goes. And I'm going to go to devices. Not about. Devices. Mirror. Apply. Great. Keep the changes. And then let's switch so you guys can see what's going on, right? All right, so we're going to close this up. Beautiful. Like I said, look at our partition here, partition there. If I right click on the desktop, let's create a new folder. Let's give it a name. Right, that's pretty simple to remember. That created. I'm going crazy. There it goes. And let's double click on it. And I don't know, let's create another folder called YouTube. Awesome. Cool. And let's open up FileZilla. FileZilla. I said FileZilla. Oh my god, that's how tired I am. Firefox. I just said let's open up FileZilla. Oh my gosh, what time is it? It is 2:29 a.m. Eastern Standard Time right now. I am running. A lot of you are probably up. It's afternoon for you guys right now. It's crack of dawn. Let's do a couple of things. I'm gonna go to my website. Menu. Bookmark. I gotta update it, but I'll update it later. We're gonna hit the star. We're gonna put it in the bookmark. I got videos automatically displaying on my thing, but I got a bookmark there. And we're gonna shut this off real quick. Get out of here. Cool. Close this up. So I created a bookmark, right? I created a folder. Inside that folder on the desktop, there's another additional folder called YouTube, right? Boom. And we're gonna shut it down. So technically, you know, that stuff shouldn't be there if it was a live CD, but it's not a live CD. So once it completely shuts off, let me switch for you guys. Shut down. I'm gonna unplug it. You know, flash drive, the initial flash drive, the initial flash drive that we use at the very beginning is still there. It hasn't moved, right? No tricks. The hard drive is still here in my hand, right? Awesome. So let's plug this guy back in here. Boom. Power this guy real quick. And let's see if we can end this live stream successfully. Press F12. Awesome. And don't get me wrong, you are able to go inside BIOS and then configure it, the boot order to automatically go inside the flash drive. That would be the first thing that the BIOS will search. And if the flash drive is not there, we'll boot inside the hard drive if there was a hard drive. But we're going to pick USB storage device. I'm going to hit enter. Again, we're going to run it. The first option. You are able to run it with RAM. I haven't played around with that option. I'm assuming if you do run it with RAM, you might get a little bit more speed into it. So I just picked the default one. But if everything works, that folder, BTN HD, and inside that folder, that YouTube, and plus that bookmark that we created, should be there. All right, so right now it's loading up. It's looking good so far. I'm hoping we can end the live stream with a good mark. Now, I will provide this nice little cheat sheet for you guys after the live stream. If it's not at the description part, just harass me at the description. You guys are really good with that stuff. You always harass me. This is the reason why I'm doing this, because a lot of you guys were upset with me that I didn't push this thing out. Like, how you told us you was gonna do it for us and show us how to do it. Is it too hard? So this is the reason why I'm doing it. Okay, so boom, we're back. Look at our folder. Our beautiful folder is there. If we double click on our beautiful folder, we're gonna see our other folder called YouTube. Awesome. If we open up our Firefox, we should see the customizations that we did, because I told Firefox to show them the menu, to show the bookmark toolbar. And there goes the, my bookmark of my website. Awesome. Phenomenal. Yay. We did something correctly. Yes. All right, guys. It is 2:33 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm literally falling asleep right now. Words are coming out of my mouth, and I'm not really understanding half of the stuff that I'm saying to you guys. Hopefully, you guys understand some of the stuff that are coming out. Like I said before, I will provide the notes for you guys. If you don't see them right away, just leave comments right below and just like, Bernardo, what the hell? And we need those notes right away. If not, you could just stop the video and just start typing away, write notes or whatever. Overall, guys, hopefully you guys enjoy. Thank you so much for tuning in. I do apologize for the out of the blue, unexpected live stream. It's just one of those things that I finally got it to work. I had the notes and I just wanted to push it out to you guys. So I said, screw it, just do a live stream. For those that join, thank you so much for staying up this late or this early or whatever time zone that you guys are in. Thank you so much, and I catch you guys on the next one. Peace out. Now, how in the hell do I turn this thing off? Because I want to go to sleep and I always forget how to turn it off. Is it this button right here? Wait a minute. Oh, I found this button. All right, guys, later.